Good morning, everybody. All the early people. Gina M., I see you were missing me early with live, so I'll say hello to you now. I'm glad you could come, and I'm sure you'll love today's lesson. And thank you to Carol and Yvonne, my moderators, for coming in and helping me. Thank you. And Silver, good morning. You're all ready for the lessons. Let me see. Harsha, good morning. Prime 3, good morning to you. All right. Saima, yes. I'm glad you could make it too. And Rita, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I hope that your lives are already starting to change. Just contemplating things different makes a big shift. So I was concerned because when I wrote the word concentrate on there, I thought, some people might not like that thought. But hopefully we're going to make it an understanding that you can be glad you're hearing. So we did remembering last week. That was very interesting. So if some of you who are on had some great experiences remembering, try to write them down. I know it doesn't let you write a lot so that we can all hear and get validation. Yes, good morning again to everybody. And as we go along, remember, if you have questions, ask them. And I'm going to go ahead and get started because I have been concentrating on this for a few days. All right. So here's my question, and I hope you do have paper and pen today. If you don't, maybe you'll have a good memory, huh? No pun intended. But you must ask yourself right now, what do you desire? Anything. What is a desire of life before you? If there's many of them, write them down. Doesn't matter. There's no wrong answer. All right. Now you need to understand that the completion of having that lies within you. You may not yet know the secret on how to do that. So, good morning, Mia. Oh, Val, this is a good time for you. Hello, hello, hello. She's from Switzerland. We have people from around the world this morning, from Cape Town, from Switzerland. How wonderful is this? So if you long for a new home or even wealth, and maybe some of you even power, or even peace and happiness, all of it can be yours. And it feels like we've all heard that sentence a lot in some twisted saying out of someone's crooked mouth, right? Well, I'm not giving you a twisted saying, and it's not out of a crooked mouth. I'm going to bring it to you from God's knowingness and his laws, how you can manifest everything. Good morning, Barbara. Annie from Camano Island. Wow. Constance, good morning. And Rita's saying hello to everybody. So maybe some of you are afraid to ask for the big things, or even some of the little things. You don't want to use up. It's an odd thought. I've had people tell me this. Well, I don't want to use up all my goodness for something that I know is never going to come. And that statement right there deletes it. I hope we've learned enough so far to know we cannot have negative thinking. But the secret is concentration. And I know concentration, we used to, maybe when, at least when I was little, our parents would say, "Now get concentrating. Pay attention to what you're doing." So we all have a sense of, anything around concentration, I don't want to do it. But this word concentration is just about as old as itself, which is too old to know. It is a way to achieve your results. So let me explain. All right. Now, all success and any main achievement that you can imagine, I will guarantee, has been achieved by someone's mind or a group of minds concentrating, along with the great will and the great law of God. So let me talk about the will for a moment. We all have it. The chakras, starting with the third chakra in the back, up are chakras that we have to become tuned into God's will. When we were born, God gave us our free will. Some of us go awry and don't really know what to do with free will. We do just whatever we darn well toot and want. Well, God's will doesn't really prevent you from doing what you want, but it's to do it along the lines of being loving and giving and understanding. That's all. So, not so difficult, I'm sure, for all of you here with me. You will never have a permanent success in your life without concentration and knowing how to be of service. And this is that law that says, as you give, so shall you receive. So just contemplate that with me very much, because you probably didn't realize that that was a part of receiving the manifestation of what you want in your life. Giving allows the receiving. It is a law of humanity that God has created. First, we must become aware of it. And second, we must choose how we're going to bring it into our lives. So, what of the things you wrote down before that you really desired are you going to choose? Is it a thing, a home, or is it power, or is it riches? I can say to you, it doesn't really matter. This technique will work for all things. You could have it all. That's right. I can hear someone think that. You could literally have it all. But let me explain. Let's say you desire happiness. Many ways we've talked about healing, and there's still nothing wrong with that. But if you give happiness to other people, guess what happens? You receive happiness back. If you are very intelligent and want to even be more intelligent, honor people who are smart and greater wisdom. I just see my Oregon gold will come to you. Wisdom. If you need more energy, well, through whatever way it comes to you in that situation, offer energy to another. Maybe it's food, so they have more energy. More energy will return to you. So what we're going to find is there are a lot of God's laws that come into effect in manifestation. And then happiness will be yours and theirs, and the world will change, not just you. Success will be yours and be theirs, and not limited. It'll be in the world. It will start happening. So we're doing another type of a manifestation of changing not only ourselves today, but how do we change the world? Whatever it is you do, you need to concentrate on it. Yes, I didn't forget that was my main word today. So I'm going to explain to you. What would be the purpose of thought? What would be that which really would create a concentration? You want to become like a magnet. So you might need to create an exercise that it's the same thought. You stay with the same thought over and over and over again. Have a period of concentration manifesting. And you might say to me, well, yeah, I have trouble with that. I have trouble with my mind being quiet, number one, and then doing anything that I tell it to do. So let me give you an exercise real quick. I want you to think and imagine that you have a key in your hand. Let's just think about having a key in our hand. I have a key in my hand. So now I'm going to be quiet, give you a few minutes, and let's see how long you can keep thinking about the key in your hand. Good morning, Ron, Unconditional Love Tarot. We are all contemplating having a key in our hand and see how long we can think that thought. I'm going to guess there are those of you who maybe are still thinking of it, but also there are those of you who have forgotten it. And here lies the upset and the concentrated thought about creating the new home, the riches, whatever the desires are. You give up or you get scattered. The mind travels somewhere else. You know, there's a great need to become in a mastery level in control of the mind. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. The mind has learned to go wherever it wants. It's like a companion. Yes, there are those, sometimes even myself, I will tell people, your ego's talking to you. Well, we don't want to give the ego any place to participate in your manifestation because it will take you another route. So what we need to do is become relaxed. It is the first requirement. You must relax yourself and be at peace. So one of the first things you can do is sit quietly and start a gentle breath, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. And then you'll want to bring in light. Call on Father's light, 14th ray, crystal clear. I am at peace. I am at peace. That's going to be your statement. I am at peace. So let's do that for a moment and see if you can feel a shift inside you. When you concentrate on the statement, I am at peace. I am at peace. Just keep thinking it. I am at peace. We are actually changing the action of the mind. We're taming it from running all around, one thing to another, drawing your attention over here, hearing that. In this time period, if you can get to where you can stay concentrated, some would call it focused, on one thought, are some of you beginning to feel peaceful? I am at peace. I am at peace. It takes persistent and regular practice. Now, I have some good examples I can give you. No names mentioned. I've taught a lot of school over the years. And there are times when there are things to, just activities, ways to bring light, working with the 7 rays, working with receiving impressions from God. There is a great difference between those who do not do it at all and those who spend 10, 15, 20 minutes a day doing it every day. And this year it has become a great revelation. One person who always in class, she kept trying, couldn't do it, had the negative experience that I can't do that. I don't know how, it's not coming. And we so worked on her positive thought. All of a sudden one day, she opened her mouth and she was like a teacher. It all transformed of all her persistence in stating the truth. The truth showed itself. Believe me or not, it's true. It's like when I was in Thailand, the master told me there would be a group of the 10 masters. Trotikum was the one who cried and was always upset and couldn't do anything. He told me that was me. But he said, the thing is, Trotikum evolves first. Think about that. The one who has the trouble that gives them a greater passion to attain it, that gives them the passion to concentrate even more, becomes before the others. And I have seen it happen now in another person. So I'm going to impress upon you. We need to retrain your mind to not follow everything. You can be honest and ask me, does my mind follow everything? No. My mind is very quiet. I live in a peaceful state. So it's not an imaginary thing. It's existent within you. It is you who must choose to find it. Now, this is the secret on how to go about. First, by relaxation. You may all find that a different way. Maybe you'll do yoga first and then sit and concentrate, or concentrate during it. I'm not one who says it has to be a certain way. But the nerves and the muscles all, not just the mind, have to be in a relaxed state to allow the energy to work purely with your concentrated thought of what you desire. Now, if all this time you've been concentrating wrongly about negative thoughts, you can probably look around your life and see how that's been working for you. So why not join the group of those? Maybe not everybody will. How about that 1111 Ron Unconditional Love when you and Yvonne speak? That's powerful. But let's all do our best. And the best will become, I see a lot of golden coins and illumination and light for everybody. See, there again, the gold comes up. As man thinketh in his heart, so he is. So this has been spoken for many years by many wise people. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. Are you that beautiful new home by the water? Are you that beautiful new car driving down the street? That's what my husband, and this has been 25 years ago, we decided we wanted a Jeep. Every time we saw that car, right there, that's our Jeep. Look at it. And we could feel it. We could imagine ourselves riding in it. Do you know the day we went to get that Jeep, we were in and out in 10 minutes. The keys were in our hand. We hadn't even brought our car. I forget how we got there, but our car we were going to turn in wasn't even with us. And we laughed. The power of that thought begins to radiate outside of you, and it's like a magnet that's become empowered and draws it to you. You must know this. There's my Jeep. Look at that. Oh, wow. Color. We always then stated the color we wanted. I'm telling you, we walked in, said hello, had us look around. Here's your keys. Honest to God's truth. Other things have been the same way. Now it's becoming like in a day for big things. So I'm very careful what I ask for to put into action through this process, that it's something I really want. The other day, I got a chair within a day, and we've been looking for a chair for me for forever. But I really put the energy to it, especially preparing for this class. And we went and I sat in the one out in the doorway of the store. I said, "This is it. It's just sitting here waiting on me." And it was true. I love it. It supports my back. I'm right here where I want to be with everybody. So, concentration. So, first, you must be perfectly relaxed. And remember my words. It is absolutely necessary that you do not miss that piece. All right? Then begin to think of peace. I am peace. I am peace. I am peace. Until you own it. All right? It came in this study that anyone aware what Jesus said to his disciples whenever he went to leave them? It's quite fitting. My peace I leave to you, or my peace I leave with you. So what does that tell us? That tells us that even he knew of concentration and that what a huge amount of peace meant to the whole development of a soul. You know, the heavens give us so many gifts, and we kind of dawdle around our world, kind of not knowing where we're going. I have so many people ask me, what am I supposed to do? But I'm not a psychic. I don't look for that. It's going to tell you in your heart. Always go to your heart to know. But you need to practice getting calm. I know I am at peace, and quieting the mind. The mind is connected to that third chakra, out around your energy field. For me, when I look at people's energy field, I see LA traffic. That's how the action of the mind looks to me for someone who hasn't known what to do with it. And they're very scattered. And you can begin to understand, if this isn't you, why they can't put two and two together to discover where they want to go, how they want to get there, and to find patience. For patience is also a big piece of this. There can be no demanding, oh, but I want it on Tuesday. The time it takes will become closer. And for those that don't happen very quickly, there is more to heal within yourself to allow it to come quicker. So you need to begin to start looking at what agitates your mind. What is it saying? What's it following? What interests it? And then see what you can do to calm that agitation. Is it people? Is it where you live? Is it your work? What's going on with your work? But you can see why it's taking you back in your healing process. And then once you can do that, you close your eyes and return to peace. And you want to begin to be aware what pulls you away. This is such a big piece of it that, like earlier when we were thinking of the key, if you weren't able to just still maybe be thinking of the key, you got to go back and start again and learn what does your mind and what's the ego pulling you towards, because you want to be in control. Mastery is all about control. How do you control your breath? How do you control even the muscles? Like I can go and feel every muscle and its constriction and its relaxation. You must become mastery of you. And this is the beginning of a master experience. And you'll see that you're thinking about other things. And then you'll wonder why. Maybe you write it down and go back to the peace and hold it. I am peace. I am peace. And then all of a sudden, maybe it'll go somewhere else. Interesting. And this isn't in a meditation, you're creating a meditation in doing it, but this is not known as a specific treatment. I do know when we were in Thailand, the Buddhist monks taught us to just repeat a word. So perhaps it is similar. They did it while they were walking, but probably all good. But I'm not teaching this as a Buddhic technique or anything. So, how we're going to stop the wandering, that's what I'm going to call it. When our mind goes here and our mind goes there and up and down, we're going to create a new habit of recall. Think about that for a moment. It brings you back to your original desire. That's what we want to have happen. So if I'm sitting here and going, I'm at peace, well, let me think about the Olympics. And I start thinking about what I saw and who won and the water and then the tennis. Oh, let me go back. I am at peace. I'm at peace. Do you see? I stop that ill behavior and bring my mind back to peace. So let's do it again all together. First, we think of being quiet. Bring light down through the mind, the shoulders, the heart, the abdomen, the hips, the legs, the feet. Close your eyes and be at peace. 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 And continue. And maybe you're going to say to me, what if I just kind of go out? I'm going to say to you, it is a wandering. Stay focused and awake. I am at peace. I am peace. Write that down that you want to go to daydreaming. Daydreaming is also a way of moving from this life. I am at peace. I am at peace. I am at peace. My new home is near water, beautiful, clear ocean water. My new home is in water, near water, not in water. See how mistakes happen? Whatever it is, for this moment, start stating what your greatest heart desire was. I have a job that is joyful and brings me whatever amount of money you want a month. I have a job that is joyful and brings me $7,000 a month, whatever it is. Right here where we've come to, this is where it's rich with manifestation, right here. And again, if you're pulled away, write down what that is. Stay with it. And I would suggest for 10, 15 minutes to stay with it. And you can do the same thing with health. My feet are healed. My wrist is in perfect condition. All the cells of my body are alive and full of energy. You can do with this anything where you want. Yes, Constant, an oceanfront coastal home. See, I'm getting very hot, so a lot of things are cooking here and out there. It's wonderful. Weight loss. Yes. I'm going to give you my personal recommendation, and that is go low. Try it. It just melts away. Now, if there's anyone that wasn't able to come to a place to feel that, I want you to write to me and tell me what was your problem, and we're going to resolve it right now while I'm here. Because otherwise, I'm going to assume everyone gets it, and don't be concerned about your name. Believe me, there are millions of people around the world that can't get this. But we're going to start shifting it out into the world from this class in a much simpler way, and let's see what happens. The world needs this. I see you do it for other people, but haven't been able to do it for yourself. I would say change that right now, and that's in loving you. You need to love your children first before you can ever love them enough. So your love is going to increase when you can embrace and express yourself in that loving energy. So your word and your manifestation is going to be, I love myself, you see. That's going to be your first desire. Thank you, Holly. Silver, I had no problem. My third eye was opening. I told you, people evolve when you start to work and have all these parts of you, almost every part of you, and I got a wave of shudders as I said that, is in action here to manifest. It could be, I'm on my path. Maybe you want your zeal point to open. That's another biggie, to have telepathy and out into the universal galactic realm. Anything, you need to just ask. You are equipped already with all possibilities. Anybody else want to come in and say something? Does that make sense to you, Holly? Make that your, after I'm at peace, then begin to say, I love myself. And again, create that new recall. Stay with it. Don't let your mind be pulled away, and you will manifest it. Always speak things as if they are in this moment. Don't say, well, tomorrow I'll decide to love myself. No. I love myself. I own the home on the coast. My mind started wandering about my husband, the worry of my business, being prosperous, the worry of my children, the worry of my parents. Thank you so much, Constance, for letting your truth come. I hear you, but I want you to understand. Worry brings worry. It isn't the way to use this function of the mind. Do it again with me. Let's go to I'm at peace and say it for a moment and see if you can at least find that. And we're going to call on for you the light of God, which is the 14th ray. It's crystal clear. It is the highest energy on the earth at this time. And bring it down through your crown, down through your body, and let it touch all of it. I am at peace. I am at peace. I am at peace. I am at peace. I am secure in my life. I am secure and strong in my life. I am secure and strong in my life. And when you can get to that, you can say that for 5, 10, 15 minutes and not be wandering, something different is going to happen. There's never a need to worry. Make God your partner in your business. Take the love that's within you and share that love with your husband, and all will be fine. It's what makes you worry is because there's something missing, there's a lack of. But like when I spoke earlier, and if you want love, give love. If you want happiness, give happiness. And in that action, why would that leave? Why would that change? Whatever way that is you're worrying or concerned. Your children are God's children, and your parents, all those parts of your worry all have a connection to God. And if it were me and I felt that way, I would put them on a big, huge silver platter and say, Lord, please help them. Be Father to them, guide them, show them. And then you have to give it up. No one gave them to you to be your worry. They gave them the opportunity to you to love them. And in your love, you must learn unattachment and let it go. Unattachment, a new word for today. Not really about our conversation, but yet very important for those that want to bring change in their life. Yes, you want to even unattach from the husband because attachment is a neediness. It means that there becomes an agreement that for your worrying about them, they give something to you. And this is what you need to stop in your life. So you need to think about each, call in Archangel Michael and have him help you release these cords that aren't necessary and to touch the heart where the true love is and send it to each of these people that is unconditional love. Unconditional means there's nothing they have to do, nothing that it has to look like, that you just love them. And for all of us, it's to learn to just love for what it is, not for what we get. And that is the giving and receiving. So, thank you. I'm hoping I'm helping. You can always set up a session. Let me see. I don't want to see what I missed here. All right. Constance, I hope that makes you feel better. But just stick with stopping the wandering and come right back to being peaceful. So this is Holly from before. I always put myself last. Well, guess who's the number one in everyone's life should be themselves. Because like I said a moment ago, you can't love another if you don't know what love is inside yourself. And I know it's amazing to think, well, gosh, how much love can there be? It's always growing. And when you really come to where you love you, the way you sing, the way you cook, the way you dance around, whatever it is, everyone that comes near you is going to feel that love and want to be around you and have more fulfilledness in their own life because they're going to love themselves. It's really a mastery of thing, how it all works. So, Holly, you're going to have to trust me. So let's work on some self-love things and see how that's going to change not only you, but everyone in your household. All right? So Barbara says she's totally at peace. Thank you. You're welcome very much. And Constance says thank you. And let me keep going here. Carmen sends me a heart. Rita, I get a little concerned that I'm not wording the request right, and I will get the pink Cadillac without the engine. What blankets those specifics? So I did take Science of Mind class, both classes. And I did have a girl, maybe you've heard me say that, who wanted a pink Cadillac. And she got one. She came in one night. We had classes in the evening. She said, I got my pink Cadillac. Anyone got an idea how to get an engine? She couldn't go in it. So what we learned, don't ask for something unless you completely ask for everything. we would see ourselves traveling in that Jeep. We would still see it filled with my table, all our stuff, and everything. You got to put it in action. You almost got to get to where you can experience the wind blowing in your hair. If you're going to do a house, you got to see yourself in it. See you all in the porch, waving at everybody. Feel and go into your bedroom. What does it look like? What's the back? If you look out the back, what does the backyard look at? You got to make it real. You got to know it's now. That's the other most important thing. You got to have it be now. That's how you manifest. So don't worry. You will get it right if you remember, what else is there about it that I want to have? And just make it so. Visualize it. Feel the experience. You're going to feel alive because that will then have ignited the manifestation state. Rita says she got it. Holly says thank you. Very good. So that tells me a lot of you get it or been doing it. That would be even greater. So I'm going to bring in one ascension tip here, and that is that it all must be done harmless. Harmless to yourself, harmless to other souls. And when you become 51% harmless, your ascension begins. Is there a gauge somewhere? No. But you'll know. If your heart is set on pure and resonating and giving, more will come back to you. So let me see if I have anything written down that I forgot. Oh, yes. This technique can actually change the chemical makeup of your body to help it heal. And I wanted to talk to you about the will. The first ray, a long, long time ago, God went to the Elohim and asked them to create an earth. I mean, we kind of assume it's just here, but that's not true. The number one ray, there's 7 rays that do and still hold this for the earth today. And it said, I'm willing to do so. It is the will to do. The Elohim being is El Moreh, Ascended Master El Moreh, but also Hercules. For he has the strength to hold that will to do. So if you need help, he's saying right now, call on me. I will help you hold that truth, to hold that thought. Hercules. And I could go through the other 6 rays, but not pertinent today, and there'll be another day when I will. But it's a big part of my teaching because we are as the earth. We are up from the earth. Those 7 rays are our development, our existence. Excuse me. And I feel like I'm just kind of scratching up the first little footprint here in this class, and we're going to do more. But I want you to get used to it takes more than just listening. You want to be a participant. Like, I just look up, here's Constant. She hasn't cried like this in years. How wonderful. It makes me see the tears come. Crying is beautiful. It's releasing some of the old poison thoughts inside of you, and they actually come out of the tears. They've tested it. You can't cry. And usually people on their path for ascension, they spend a year crying, just getting it out. Yes, may the light and heavens of Mother and Father bless you, my friend. This is an action of change, an awareness, an illumination, a peace in your heart is all an action of change. and know she's also crying for all of us. Usually one person does a lot of the work. And so thank you very much, Constance, because you're making us all. I can feel it in my heart. It's releasing. Thank you, Yvonne. You know, heaven wants us to grow. We've all gotten caught in this wandering, we'll call it, right? In what we thought or what we could. And there's just so much more of life that we can be. So if there's just a small group of us that begin and we radiate it out to the earth, to all the countries, to all the peoples, life, not only for ourselves, will change, but it will change around the world. See, Barbara, every time she does an activity of deep gratitude, I cry a lot. Yeah, that's right. Now, I don't know if anyone does them already. I did, as I was working on this, have come to me a wasn't Salveggio, but it was one of the music ones that you watch, and it was for a mantra to destroy all confusion, which I think is what we're talking about. We've become used to the confused mind, and we just let it take us through a story. But it also wants to calm the mind. So if you're really in for this, I want to take you to allow, because I'm a sound person, to take the listen to this sound and allow it to, its name is Mantra to Destroy All Confusion. Calm the mind. And it was beautiful. And allow it, as you say, I am at peace. I am at peace. And I just see it wiping waves away of clarity in the mind. So we all have to work all this together. If something added comes to you next week, let us all know. Yes, and thank you if you do share this with somebody. You're so welcome, Carmen. Well, you know, Holly, I'm responding to what you're saying. We are in two worlds. We're human upon the earth plane. We've come here to learn about our emotional field and digestion and how to love ourselves. But we're also now remembering that we truly are spirit and have been in many other planets and done many other things. So let's know we're not stuck anymore. If you're here, you're on a different path. And as willing as you are to love who you are with that beautiful heart that Mother Mary herself took time and chiseled out for you, illumination will find itself in you, and you will find peace. Mantra to destroy all confusion. I am at peace. Yes, you have it right. Cozy lot. And Brian, when you get to this also, I know you will. That is what it is. So, and you want to know that concentration isn't a bad word. It's what's natural inside of you. We've all just got lost and moved away from it. So, remember what you write first is the things you desire. Hopefully in the higher band of desires, not anything low. Anything low is going to take you into a dysfunctional place. But life can be different. For me, I'm at peace and I feel safe because I know I'm so close to God that He is there for me, that I have protection. I have the love I need. All that comes to me. I've only had one thing. It took 4 years to come. And I'm not sure I know why, or might even be for the other people around it. But I had written my book, and it never got into paperback. And out of the blue now, some company, I was in their top 10, 510 different bookstores had asked them to give them that they wanted to purchase my book. And of course, they didn't have it. So now that's all happening. So all that time I spent writing is coming to fruition, but certainly not how I thought it would. And who knows where that's going. So don't get impatient. Some things, there's a lot to have to work out to get that to you. Other things are going to get quick and get easy, but don't get egotistical about it now. You need to go back to the I am at peace and own that you are following God's laws, giving and receiving. All right? So I want you to let me know how you're doing with this by writing in the comments below this video. Otherwise, yes, you can say, well, I can tune in. I don't tune into people unless they've given me permission. And that's just how I work. I work on a higher level. So you need to write and let me know. If you have questions, feel free to do so. I get back to you. Might take a day or two. Like Monday was a 13-hour day for me. So I got back to nobody. So I was tired. Yeah. But today I am awesome. How's that? Awesome for this class, and I have something new to share with you. I'm going to start another. Do I want to call it a class? I don't think so. I'm going to do an Ascension group, and it's going to be on Sunday mornings. And I'll tell you why. Because as I sat with the masters, they showed me that everyone has a clearer consciousness, not as filled with things. Their auras are clearer on a Sunday morning. So you can give me your thoughts. My other option was in Friday, but if you think of Friday, it's just like, no. We want to grow and work towards that ascension for you. So it'll probably be my favorite number, 11. And on Sundays. And if it's going to interfere with your week, I apologize. But I know it will make your week more if you're willing to participate. So I don't know if I'll have it all together and ready this Sunday, but definitely by the next Sunday. And our trip to Shasta is still on. If there's any, I have 2 places that anyone who's feeling they want to come be with us. And if you want to move into Ascension, you need to come on this trip with us because it is so powerful and light and so much movement inside of you that you will be in awe. It'll be amazing. So I want to give a blessing for the day, for the week, to all of you. And there's still more. This class will still be here next week. We're not done, but we have done a lot. So if you've been watching and put them in action, your life is going to change. So Constance says she loves Sunday mornings. Thank you so much, Holly. Yes. You don't need to sign up. Watch on my community page or probably a SteamYard invitation. I hope you all got that today. If you didn't, let me know. You have to be a subscriber to get it. So perhaps you want to subscribe, and then a notice will go out through StreamYard. And thank you. Tell other people, please, because my heart is just bursting over to tell more people and to be able to touch them. That is my purpose. So let's bring in the Heavenly Father and Mother as they open their arms and their hearts to shine this beautiful, radiant, and I'm going to try to describe it. It's More than a rainbow, there's a hue of gold through all of it to allow you to understand there is more, that you are more, and there will always be more. Nothing can be depleted. Place your feet upon the earth and your heart within your soul, and your crown looking up to the knowingness of God and allowing it to participate in your life, and be free. All that is shall come, all that is will be. And in that process, my dear ones, know that you are safe and protected. Don't concern yourself that we don't know who you are. Well, we do, believe me. We know exactly who is here. As I sang, I saw Saint Germain stand in front of me as he brings forth the violet flame, 15 feet above you, 10 feet around you, 18 feet above you. Let it blaze, blaze, blaze. Shatter and consume, shatter and consume. All cause, core, and effect, and let there be peace. Many blessings. That was just for you. My love to all of you. Thank you. Goodbye.